Hey there, tech fans. Rick here again with another 5-minute review. And today, I have the Orei HDY-401A 4-input, 1-output HDMI switch. This product allows you to quickly select from up to 4 different HDMI media sources and send that selected source to a single monitor. The product fully supports 4K ultra-high definition media, as well as HDR content and even ARC support. The product also provides audio extraction capabilities, which will strip the audio stream from the media you're sending to that monitor and allow you to send that audio stream to a soundbar or home stereo system for better quality audio. Now, as part of this overview, I'd like to start with an unboxing of the product just to show you everything that's included with the kit, and then I'll take a closer look at the switch and explain the connections you'll need to make to use it with your own equipment, and I'll also list some of the key features that really separate this switch from others on the market so you understand if it's right for you. So let's get started with the unboxing. When you pop open the box, you'll find the switch module, a 5-volt DC power supply. This end can plug into any standard wall outlet. The other end has a barrel connection on it, which plugs into the back of the unit. That's all the power you'll need to operate the product. You'll also find an infrared remote control. You can select the input source using the button on the front or that remote control. You'll also find an infrared remote control extender. This is really handy because a lot of times if you're using this in a media center, you've got it inside of a cabinet and the remote control won't work through glass. So this allows you to plug this into the back of the switch and locate the receiver outside of the cabinet, and that way you can use the remote control with it. There's also a sticky pad where you can attach that to your media equipment. You'll also find an optical converter. This is used for the audio, so it has an optical converter here, which is a 3.5 millimeter to a standard SP diff. That's included with the kit. And then finally, a full instruction manual that lists connection diagrams, specifications, and other information you'll need to understand to use this with your equipment. Now, if you stay tuned, next I'll take a closer look at the switch, and then I'll come back and point out some of the key features. The HDY-401A features a full metal enclosure, which makes it extremely durable and also helps to minimize outside interference from causing any issues with the sensitive electronics inside. On the front of the switch, you'll notice 5 LED indicators on the left-hand side. Those are input indicators, and you can step through the various inputs available by tapping this button, and it'll cycle through the 4 inputs. You can also choose auto. In auto mode, the first media device that powers up will be sent to the output, and again, you have complete control by tapping this button to select a different input. To the right of that are audio output indicators letting you know the current profile for the audio that's being sent through the audio output port in the back, and you can step through those using this button right here, 2-channel, 5.1 or 7.1, or again auto. If you leave it in auto mode, the unit will decide what best profile to send to that output. To the right of that is the ARC button. You can turn it on by tapping it and turn it off again if you decide you need to use that function. On both sides of the unit are ventilation slots that are there to keep the electronics inside at a comfortable temperature. On the rear of the unit, you'll find 4 full-size HDMI connections. The first one is an HDMI output port. That would connect to your monitor if you're using it with your computer, or to your widescreen TV if it's in your media center. To the right of that are 4 input ports. Number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. These connect up to your media devices, and again, you can select which of these is sent to the output by tapping that button or using the included remote control. To the right of that is a 3.5 millimeter port right there for the audio, and that will serve both analog and digital audio. If you're using analog audio, a standard 3.5 millimeter plug, left and right will plug in there and you can connect it up to your stereo equipment. If you're using optical, you have a choice of using SP diff adapter like this, or using an optical cable with a 3.5 millimeter connection. It's nice they include this because that allows you to use an SP diff cable with it. To the right of that is an RS-232 port. This can be controlled with a simple RS-232 connection as well if you choose to do that. And to the right of that is the infrared port, and that's used with the infrared remote control extender that's included with the kit. You'd plug it in there and locate the receiver end of that somewhere that's visible near your couch where you can actually use the remote control. And to the right of that is the power port. That's the DC 5-volt power port that's used with the included power supply. Plug it into the wall, plug the barrel connection in here, and that's all the power you'll need to operate the product. I hope you found that overview helpful. Now, a few things that separate the HDY-401A from other switches on the market are things like the ARC support. A lot of these switches don't support ARC, which can really limit your audio choices on the output. The fact that it does audio extraction means that you can pass the audio from that media stream to a better stereo system to really enhance your viewing experience. It's a really nice touch that they also include this infrared remote control extender, because a lot of times these switches don't have a remote control, and that's fine if it's at your desk and you're using it for a computer, but if you're going to use it in your media center, you're not going to want to have this necessarily on top of a cabinet. You'll probably locate it on a lower shelf or maybe inside of a part of the cabinet that has glass on the front, and the remote control won't work with that. So having this infrared remote control extender means you can put this pretty much anywhere you need to, plug it into the back of it, put this someplace where you can see it, and then you can actually control it with the remote control. I also like the fact that they include this audio adapter. I know it's a small thing, but this can be tricky to find and it can be fairly expensive. So the fact that they include this 3.5mm optical audio adapter that converts it to SPDIF means that connecting this to your home stereo system is incredibly easy. The last thing I'll point out is there are EDID settings on here which allow you to really shuffle through the different audio choices out there because everybody's got a different audio setup. It might be a 2-channel, 4-channel, 7-channel, and the fact that this product supports all of those means it provides the ultimate in flexibility for connecting to your audio equipment. And that's pretty much it. So I hope you've enjoyed this clip. I really appreciate you watching, and until next time, remember, stay nerdy.